that. That's
See,
his
but
second. That was his first album on Def Jam, Ron. Am I correct?
He grew into that.
He grew.
But how can we? But
to me, when Jay turned into that dude, to me was the Dynasty album.
That's fire.
Oh, yeah,
when that Dynasty album came out,
the intro when he said, "Okay," when he's Marvin the Godfather beat.
Everything I think after that, he just was like,
so
man,
what you're saying to me?
You can't stop the unstoppable,
so what you're
break
trying to say
the
to me?
unbreakable, something. So he was there after.
So what you're trying to tell me is different levels to this shit with him and Big.
Yeah.
So you don't want to say Big better or Jay better. It was different levels. Oh,
Jay had to grow, man. I think Jay had to find.
Why you keep saying he don't want to say Big better, Jay better?
Nah.
He can say what he want to say.
I think
because he was better than both of them at one point. So I don't give a fuck.
Jay had to.
He was better than both of them. So I don't care
if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have had.
They would have had to pave the way. All I'm saying, I'm biased,
but Jay had to find his pocket. He had to find his niche. That in my lifestyle. What was that? No, not that. What would you say? The life. What was the second album?
Volume. No, his album on Def Jam after Reason was Volume 1.
I don't think he was in his pocket yet.
He was getting there.
He was getting there. I mean, what was the record with Hard Knock Life?
That's after Volume 1. That's It's a Hard Knock Life.
That's when he found his zone.
That's the Big Pimpin' is on that album.
That's when I'm gonna say he found his zone.
Okay.
And then came the Dynasty.
Okay.
So I think that second album, he was trying to feel things out. You know? But he did these songs like with Black Street and all that.
But Biggie only had Ready to Die in the double. How can we just say off that? But I'm actually, that's my opinion, Ron. Off those two albums, it's like Finesse is putting him up here and Jay here.
No. I'm not putting.
No, we'll go. Fuck him.
This is not fair.
No, greatest motherfucker.
You was right, Nori. You was right, Nori.
All right, you know what?
What I'm saying is Big Life got stopped after the second album, right?
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have known what the third or the fourth album is.
And you could go by Biggie's first album.
Wait up, let's do it like this. Biggie first two albums, Jay first two albums.
Ron always say that. I think it's a battle.
Huh?
No,
well, I think Ready to Die, Reason to Die is a war, and the set of Biggie's double is better than Jay's second album. I will agree with that.
Nope, I don't got.
You know what?
Even if you do it that way, then one was a tie, and
I got Biggie.
The second album.
You know what? I don't want to talk about that shit anymore. I got another topic. Dr. Dre, you produced a record called The Message.
Man, yeah.
How did that happen? How did the message? Yeah, agree on my drill skills. Like, look at your face. You like smiling. You know your man was ready for war. I said the Dr. Dre.
It's war either way.
The Message, great. The man produced an album called The Message. He produced a song called The Message.
I know his resume.
And Dr.
Dre. We don't do that.
Okay.
Hang out.
I was smoking on the blunt, grip. Dr. Dre, brother, just passed away. Again, I'm gonna give my producer all the props. I sell it because that's what I'm the character. I do what I do.
That's right.
Doctor, you produced a record called The Message for Dr. Dre, am I correct? I want to know, doing that, being there around Dr. Dre, how did it happen and how did it develop?
Well, I was record shopping. You know, we used to record shop in lower.
They're in the crates.
Record shop lower Manhattan, and I was in A1. So I'm in A1 digging, and I ran into Melman.
Who?
Melman. Melman is the one that produced half that album with Dre, 2001.
The Chronic?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he right. I know who that is. He right.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
So I run into Melman. We wind up chopping it up. And I told Melman, well, what you doing? It's like, yo, I'm out here, I'm shopping, I'm getting ready to go back and work with Dre. And I told him, well, come hang out with me. Took him up to the Bronx when I was running the basketball tournament.
Ooh, I know that.
So I brought.
Did you know Tone then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
deep.
so
okay.
Melman is in my hood chilling with me, and he went back and told Dre, yo, I met the Lord Finesse dude. This nigga is the coolest nigga ever. And Dre was like, word? He's like that. Next thing I know, they sent a plane ticket for me.
Wow.
So I'm out there. They put me in a MADRIAN. I'll never forget that.
Wait. Just for us, what's a MADRIAN?
MADRIAN is one of the top hotels they got in LA with the sky bar on the roof.
Good question, Ron. I ain't know what the fuck that was.
It's a hotel with a sky bar on the roof, and when I'm in there, fuck around, like I'm in there with Matt Dillon after he did Wild Things, fucking Jamie Foxx down running.
Back to that too.
You know, so now I'm gonna tell you, I ain't finished the story yet. So now I'm out there and I'm trying to play Dre some beats, right? And he walks out the room. Mailman already heard. He called it the Chinese joint, because if you look it up on YouTube, the message was my song. I had vocals on it and the hook and everything was on there. So only thing with Dre, he put the verses in there, but he kept Rel. Because Rel was on the song.
For Rocafella Rel?
Yeah, I worked with Rel before he was on Rocafella.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So
how did that happen?
The message was done before he was on Rocafella.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, he and Crystal Johnson. We in a hotel, and you know, when we was in the studio, I played the joint and Dre was like in the other room. And I guess when the door opened, he heard it and like, yo, he tapped Mel like, what the fuck is that shit that's playing? And you know, Mailman is like, yo, that's his shit for his album.
Okay.
So that night in the hotel, I won't forget it, because we in the MADRIAN, we chopping it up. Mel said, man, I got good news and I got bad news. And I'm like, fuck it, hit me with the bad news first. You know, bad news is, you know, Dre ain't really picked none of the beats you played. So I was like, all right, well, tell me the good news. Now, the good news is, man, he fucks with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And, oh, by the way, he wants that Chinese joint. And I'm like, what you mean he want the Chinese joint? Like, he really want it, like, for his project. And he told me, well, what you want for it? And I was like, damn, you know.
Shout out to my man Gray. He feeling good over there. He getting it in. I'm sorry to cut you off. Now.
But I'm gonna tell you.
No, something you gonna say.
I'm gonna tell you, that same night in the hotel.
You had gave Dre the beat already?
Nah, I ain't give it to him yet.
The message is not
that was the next day we sat down and we talked about it.
Okay, go ahead.
But we hung out with Grace Jones that night.
Ooh, love it. Journalist G. Y'all can't sell this shit.
We hung out with Grace Jones. Like, she literally came to the room and was...
she looked like a nigga.
Where did you hit Grace Jones back then? When she was in Conan and all that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but she hung out with us. Literally came to the hotel room, drank, chilled out, you know. And I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Cool as fuck.
Okay.
I got a picture with her, so you know, but it was a good time. So next day I go in the studio and I meet up with Dre.
You're in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, he was just like, yo, what you want for it? And you know, I ain't gonna discuss the price.
No. You know, it's so funny. That's what I was about to ask you. Because back in my day, Kanye wasn't giving beats away for free. You wouldn't get on so bad. But you was fortunate. You didn't have to do that, I guess.
He gave me more than I asked for.
Oh, okay. We don't talk money.
I set a price, and he was like, "That was it."
You was mad, right? You said,
I thought you wanted more. You know, and he was like, he put, I think it was another 10 or 15 on to what I asked for. So, you know, I was like, I can't front. The price was crazy, but the check, that first check, man, that first check will make you walk to the bank in your bathrobe, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Finesse, Ness, I'm gonna say something, Ness. You deserve that shit. You a monster. You did a lot of shit, man.
I went to the mailbox and was like, yo, this shit can't be real, you know?
I got one for you right quick, and this just happened right now. Who you got? Jada or Fab? They was both amazing. Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
You could have, yo, first of all, I'd be so happy when something like that happened with our culture. You know what I mean? That was dope. And you know, but from a lyricist standpoint like you. But who you got that one? There's a battle. No political correctness.
I mean, I'm Jada all day, man.
I gotta respect it.
I'm Jada all day,
I gotta bow down to it.
And you know.
Now I'm gonna tell you why.
I mean, straight up, I'm the Locks all day. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I see any one of those dudes, man, whether it's Style, whether it's Chic, whether it's Jada, that's my team right there.
Oh, I know which one.
He was supposed to do. I saw an interview. You were supposed to do. You and maybe Primo was supposed to do something after Big L passed. Did that ever come about?
Well, what wound up happening is when L passed, you know, I said his mom's up with a lawyer, and you know, got the estates right, you know. Yeah. So Pinky, you know, we would do anything for Pinky. So, you know, with that situation, it was just like, yo, let's do something incredible with L's legacy. So the money that's generated, his mom's is good. She's straight. So we was like, yo, let's do an album. So we had the mindset to do it. We was calling in all the big guns, all the favors. If I had to call Dre, if he had to call Jay, Nas, whatever. This album had to be the greatest album of all time.
Which album you talking about right now? You threw me
Big L.
Oh, yes.
You know, after, you know, and so what wound up happening is Pinky passed away, the mom's.
Big L's mother.
Right. So it was like, well, who are we doing it for now? Because we was doing it for her.
Right.
You know, and you know, at that point, is nobody in charge of the estates. You know, so it made no sense to do it.
Okay.
You know, so that was.
Well, I got another one. This might be a little sound sensitive, but I know me and you can close. I'm just closing. I don't want to know what you got. It's not my business. After you and Macmillan with that situation, did y'all talk? You and him went through something, the lawsuit. It's an undisclosed amount, which is not my business. Now moving forward, because he said you his man, he loved you, blah blah blah. After that situation, did you and him talk before he passed away, or? Yeah,
no, we were good. You know, we were good. We was in a good place. I just think, you know, speaking in general, I just think sometimes young dudes get in the game and they don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
You know, so with me and him, what we went through was one thing, but I think, how can I put this? Because I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I'm just saying like this, right? Let's say I'm talking business with you, right? And you don't understand business.
Okay.
You know, so I go to your label and kind of correct things, you know, with that song, because the song was on different platforms. The song was registered to BMI. Like the song was, it was taking places, and all I tried to do was straighten the situation out. And the people,
I see what you're saying.
The people I went to made it worse. You know?
Yep.
And then that lawsuit came about. So nobody knows what went on that took that lawsuit to that
The problem
point.
is, it wouldn't have got that far if it would have been handled correctly. And you tried to handle it, and I knew that. I didn't tell you that, Ron, because I know him. He's not a piece of shit. He would have solved it easily, but it got too crazy, so he had to do what he had to do.
The middlemen and all that.
Fucks everything up always. Always does that.
Right, so, you know, I was trying to get to a certain point with it, where I know he don't know the business like that. But you do know the business like that. Right. And that's where certain things were said, and it went there. And everybody thought, well, and then they tried to make it, and they made it worse, right? Because we going through something, and you trying to tarnish me.
Or Macmillan?
No, I wouldn't say Mac, but the story they putting out there, and they publicly pushing it so hard, and they doing it. They doing it to break me.
Right. Where
you doing it to make people feel a certain way about me, which made me more mad.
I respect that.
Like if now we could really go all the way now, you know, because y'all doing something and y'all know y'all wrong for doing it.
Gotcha.
And my name is on it now. You know what I'm saying? So I can't let it go now because you put a story out that was just fabricated, it wasn't real.
Okay. Tarnish,
and you got people looking at me fucked up. So it's just like, you know what? Let's just go there.